Welcome back to the car while I do a little work on what will be a YouTube studio, but at the minute it's my son's bedroom again. But anyway, let's get on with it. So I think 2026 might be the year that franchises fall off the perch. And don't get me wrong, I hope this isn't the case. I want all the big franchises to do really, really well, get bigger and better, but we are in such a precarious place at the moment, aren't we? I mean, I'm not sure that the big franchises can survive the failure of these two movies. Right now, it feels like we're living through a very specific kind of silence with the whole thing. That moment in the theater, you know, like right before the lights go down, where the collective expectation used to be pure, unadulterated excitement, and now it feels like nervous tension. Do you get that feeling now? And you go and watch the next installment of a franchise you love, and your thought as it's starting is, please don't suck. It never used to be like that, but this is where we are now. And recently, there have been more misses than hits. We can't deny that. And usually, you just go and watch it, and a film doesn't do that well. You just kind of, all right, go and watch the next one. Hopefully, it's going to pick it up. But if you look at the slate for 2026, especially the big swings that Disney's taken, you have to wonder if we are witnessing the final gasps of the big franchise era, or if we're maybe just watching the most painful pivot in Hollywood history happen in real time. Because neither The Mandalorian or Doomsday can afford to fail. Or should I say the studios can't afford to fail. Both Star Wars and the MCU, they're in a bad place right now in terms of financial returns. And whether you personally liked the Acolyte, the Marvels or not, money talks. And it isn't saying anything good here. And we're talking big money. Both of these movies, these upcoming movies, they need to both gross at least $1 billion each just to break even. And this is the only way these studios know how to make these movies. Because they invariably involve big names, bigger VFX, huge sets and big set pieces. And they're tied into how these studios operate, things that cost massive amounts of money. So these movies cannot be made cheaply. So the only option they have is huge box office success. If they don't get that, they fail. And if even these mega tentpoles can't do that, if one of the biggest villains of the MCU and the return of the biggest names, the biggest old faces, and the biggest ensemble of characters, and the most loved characters from the highest performing current Star Wars project, if even they can't smash the box office, it's going to raise questions about viability at all for any of it. And the fan reaction so far, well, it hasn't been great. And don't get me wrong, I am personally looking forward to both of these. I'm hoping for the best, and I hope that they really do live up to the massive potential, which they really do have. But while there are plenty others like me, I'm not sure there are enough. I have my definite reservations too about them. I have my worries, and there are many others that do as well, and they're being very vocal about it. But overall, the response is just kind of, meh. And that's a problem. Meh is kind of a disaster because Disney's made a huge rod for their own back in the form of streaming. And don't forget, Disney pioneered the day and date release thing, you know, releasing to streaming and same time at the cinema, and they got sued for their trouble. And while they don't do that so much now, we all know that the upcoming huge tentpoles will be on TV, on streaming, for no extra cost within a month or two of being at the cinema. So you're going to have to really want to see it on the big screen to invest the time and the money. And few people saying nah are going to do that, especially when one is releasing on the same day as another massive sci-fi, and Dune has also got all the IMAX screens. So for Disney, this is going to be a huge challenge. And don't get me wrong, Spidey's gonna smash. We know because he's Spider-Man. I mean, heck, my son is 2 years old. He can't even say Spider-Man properly, and he's already a fan. Spider-Man's gonna do very well. And there are other movies in the franchises that are too far into production to cancel now. So even if these ones do flop, there will be more. However, we're already in a world where execs don't see them as bulletproof bankable anymore. And if these don't hit, and hit in a really big way, we are a hair's breadth from the execs moving all of this stuff further and further into streaming, and primarily animated where it's cheaper. And it leads to a question. How have they mishandled this so badly? And if fans had actually been involved in the decision making, would it have been better? I don't know. But I do know that we're creating a new fan-led cinematic universe called ex uno, which will give fans massive freedom to create stories and control where the narrative goes. So no more studio execs deciding what happens to your beloved characters. We're going to start releasing the first short films first, and this channel and our Discord, TikTok and Facebook will be the community hangouts where we discuss the continuing sci-fi industry and all the rest of it, stuff that we always do. But this will also be where you can watch ex uno original content, discuss it, ask questions, get involved as a creator. And so we're making a clear separation. The channel's going to change here, okay? So ex uno is the cinematic universe. Ex uno Communitas is where ex uno content will land, and where we can discuss it and we can work on it together. Okay, I'm pretty much done. Check out the website to know more. Sign up to the newsletter for the first news on releases and how you can get involved. Give us a like and a share and a cheeky subscribe or a follow if you haven't already. See you next time. Thank you for listening.